Couples, this is Amber with Lives in Sync Tarot. I hope you're doing amazing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. And if you want a private reading, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. That link will be in the description box below. Also, how I start the readings is I start with the Romance Angels card. And then Whispers of Love is what I'm adding to this repertoire. And I end with an oracle card for guidance for you. And I talk about what the extended reading will be about. And if you're interested in the extended reading, that link's also in the description box below. And to become a member, it's only $10 a month. And it gets cheaper from there depending on how many you purchase. Okay? So, when I was shuffling cards for you, you had two cards that fell out, okay? And it is the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Both of this pentacle energy talks about what is tangible, okay? That's the first thing that we need to talk about. Also, I feel like you're trying to hold on to what you have and you're doing it by yourself. Three of Pentacles is usually about teamwork, but on this card, as you can see, there's only one person trying to carry all of the weight. And there is something that you're holding on to, okay? By not looking outward, you're holding on really tightly to it. And I feel like you're trying to... I just feel like you're trying to do everything on your own. You may be doing this a lot that is internal, but that wanted to come out for you. So, put that there. And Spirit, what do you have for Cancer couples for the month of March 2018? What would you like them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of? So your first card is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. You also have consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. So I feel like this has to do with getting to know what each of you want in a relationship. What do you want to happen? Where are you trying to go? I feel like this is the universe trying to get you back on track, okay? But we will come back to that after the reading, because I like to do that, or during the reading, because usually Spirit is like, oh, pick up this card, it's about this. Sorry, I'm relighting a candle because it just went out. Okay. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is definitely you working very, very hard on small things. I'm hearing meticulous details, okay? You're holding on too tightly to something, Cancer. What are you holding on too tightly to? Underneath that, you have the Four of Cups, and this is about seeing something. Seeing a way out. You're looking hard, working on a way out of a situation that may be controlling. So in your past, you have the Ace of Swords, and this is actually in the reverse. And I feel like you're starting to realize that what you have is not what is best for you. I feel like you're starting to see the delays, you know, in your victory, or what victory could be for you. And there's an imbalance in versus what you want with what you have. What you want versus what you have. And of course, Spirit said, look at the card. So one of your cards was consider your foundation. So it's about considering who it is that you're with, who it is that you're coupled with. There's something the matter with the foundation of what you're built upon. Do you really... I'm hearing different things. Do you really get along? Do you really want the same things? Were you ignoring these things when you first got together just because you were intrigued by this person in a sort of way when it comes to sex or money? Interesting. The cards that came out for you, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is definitely an energy of knight in shining armor, thinking someone is absolutely perfect, okay? But it's like you're not seeing the truth because you're so bogged down by emotion. The Queen of Swords comes up in reverse because there is an element to this. This is very cold. There's an element, even though this person may be perfect in a lot of ways, there's something that's really cold about them. And you're trying to figure out your direction. I feel like you're the one in control of getting this to move forward, or they are being very controlling in moving this forward because they think that you're perfect for them. So that could go either way. You have the Nine of Pentacles here in the reverse and the Devil card, okay? So this tells me that you're not feeling in sync with yourself, okay? Everything is not going as smoothly as it could be. This is not where you see yourself being. There may be some financial difficulties as well. I feel like these difficulties you've been holding to yourself and not really trying to ruffle feathers, but now you're thinking about, you know, like, what's important to me? What do I want, right? I want to be happy. I want these certain things in my life, and I feel like you're putting yourself on the back burner and facing your fears or looking into these things now. The Devil card is about holding on to past energies, ways that you thought. This is the thing. You may be in a relationship that's built on just passion or just sex, okay? This tells me that you're connected to someone or a situation that's not really that good for you. And this is in turn leading to you feeling like life is difficult. You're not very happy where you are. And now, you know, there's a bit of fear facing on leaving this situation or moving out of it. Okay. Be careful of those sex feelings. Okay, and what I mean by that is, you know, good sex can get your mind all messed up. So you focus on that. For those of you who that registers with. You want this Ten of Pentacles. This is something you've been focusing on. And it's very interesting because you have the Nine of Pentacles here, but there's something you need to face to move towards the Ten of Pentacles. There's something tangible that is a problem with you getting there, okay? On the Devil card, you had the Four of Swords in reverse. This talks about needing to make a change and stop being passive when it comes to that negative energy or that devil energy that's holding you back. In the center, you had the Two of Wands, and this is what brings the two together, okay? And this is not cooperating. These two things are not cooperating with you, which is very interesting because that was in the exact same position for singles, okay? So you have the King of Wands, and you're starting to notice that you don't have direction. There's no direction in this situation. You may be being very hard on yourself, or you may be dealing with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that is being very hard on you. It's like they know what they want, but you're not really in the mix of it. I mean, as far as your wants go, physically you are, but emotionally you're not being thought of or integrated into the plan that they have, okay? And I think you're starting to slightly open the curtain and see that this is what's happening. I feel like it's being revealed to you. The truth is there. It's just whether or not you want to face it or not. That there's no direction, or that your expectations are so high in this relationship that you're not seeing the actual truth. Spirit told me to look at the card, getting to know each other. That's the thing. You have to, it's like you're really starting to see this person for who they are, okay? So here it is. You have the Eight of Cups in the upright, King of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So I definitely feel like you are thinking about walking away from this because it's not really happy for you. Okay, it's not really something that feels very stable to you. You may be trying to overcompensate by holding on to this, and that's not really what's making you happy. You want to nurture the future. There may be an earth sign around you, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I saw that also in the singles reading. Or you could just be thinking about your future or what you want for yourself that is tangible, okay? The High Priestess wanted to come out in reverse, so that talks about secrets being revealed. Things are not right. You feel it in your soul. You feel it in your intuition, and you need to make that change. Negative energy, you have the Six of Wands, okay? Passionately, this situation could be a victory for you. Like, this person is very attractive. There's something about them that you really like, but they don't really put in the effort towards you that you need, tangible wise or earthly wise, for foundations, things like that, okay? So now I feel like you need to redirect what being victorious in a relationship or a situation means to you, and where that is actually driving you, because that being in a negative position, whatever you were doing before, whatever it is that you're looking for to be victorious, is not really where you need to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't have led you here. The Emperor talks about taking control. There may also be some children that are involved that you're watching over, and you feel like that's the reason why you need to stay in this situation. But it just talks about you building control over your particular situation. Because the Ace of Pentacles comes up again, there is no foundations here. Even though you know that there's no foundations, you're trying to use that Emperor energy to gain control over the situation, to stop the walls from falling down. The Tower came up in reverse because you're stopping it from happening, but when it shows up, it needs to happen, okay? It's going to happen either way. It's just about doing a smooth transition, or you're going to put it off and it's going to be worse. In your hopes and ideas, you have the Two of Swords. This is you standing in between this energy. You're not really making decisions. There are definitely things you need to confront. There's the instinct, the feeling that has been driving you, that hasn't been working. It's something that needs to be faced, instead of putting it off to the side and having this feeling of, I'll deal with it later. You really need to take control of what it is that you have. I feel like Spirit's telling me to look at these cards. Because you are trying to gain control over a situation, but the way that you have been doing it on your own hasn't been working. So now you need to integrate spirit or someone else to help you move forward, okay? Yeah, your hopes of holding on to things is not getting you where you want to be, okay? You're not going to feel good about yourself. You're not in a good situation. I feel like all of your abundance and good feelings are going to be taken away from you shortly, okay? Basing on the past, there may be someone that is trying to assist you or help you or give you ideas, I'm feeling, because they see you going down a route where you don't look too good, okay? So yeah, that's all I'm getting with that card. And the same with this. It's just about you. I feel like the person that's trying to help you sees you not doing very well, okay? Because you're not making a decision. And I feel like knowing that they feel this way should help you make a decision or make a turnaround for yourself, okay? So in your environment, you have the King of Cups. I believe that's a king. Yeah, that's the King of Cups. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's very interesting because I feel like you're not expressing yourself to someone who it feels like has control over your emotions. It's like you don't want to ruffle feathers. So you're choosing not to say anything. This also talks about you needing to control your own emotions, but I feel like there's someone in your environment who has control of your emotions, but you're not saying anything because you don't want any delays in your happiness, but you do have them. It's very interesting. You do have them. They're there. They're completely obvious to you. But this person has more control because you don't speak up for yourself. They know that they have control. And I feel like they're doing it for money purposes, or they just know how to get what they need out of you. Okay? So 1st to the 15th, you have the 9 of Cups in reverse. And I feel like you're starting to notice that you're not as happy as you thought you were or should be. I feel like at first it was good. It had a sense of edge to it. And it felt very good. But now the reality is starting to set in of the situation. And you need to regain your power. And you have all the tools you need to resolve this situation. You just need to solve the situation, okay? Yeah. And that's why I said with this woman or angel flying in the sky, you have hope, you have faith that you can do this. You just need to do it, okay? It's like the cups are there, but they're not being filled. And you're starting to see that. Yeah. You're not happy. You're not happy. And I feel like this is... Ooh, too many cards. This is something you've been working on with the 3 of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel like you've been working by yourself on this, and you're not getting back what you should be receiving. And it's time for you to see that the truth is coming out. Okay, it's like judgment is being shown to you, and you have to take action. You can't keep sitting here. You can't keep yourself in this pause. Okay, you can't do that. You cannot. The King of Swords, it's because like I said, the King of Swords is very cold and mean and manipulative. But the reason why is because I say this all the time with the King of Swords, because they have a direction, they know what they want, but in reverse, it's not really true. It's like when you say, I don't like pickles, because you don't like that they're green, but you've never eaten a pickle. It's like that. Because you have something set in your mind, you believe it to be truth. It is what you want it to be, but it's not the truth. It's not your true path. It's not who you are. Okay? But when he's in the upright, it is in sync with the way things are supposed to be. But in the reverse, it's very negative and not open. Okay? And that is a possibility of where you could be. Okay? Now for the 15th at the end of the month, you have the Two of Wands. I believe singles got this in the same position as well. It was definitely in their spread. But you have the opportunity for something new. And like I said with this card, I feel like you do see the path of a new opportunity, but I feel like it feels scary because the journey feels long. It feels lonely. It feels far. Even though you know that there will be good at the end of the path, it just feels like it's tumultuous. I think I got that word right. And you don't know if you're willing to do it because it's just easier to stay where you are. But there is healing. Okay, even though the path does seem long, there is healing here. Okay, because where you are, you're not particularly 100% happy, and you know that. There are delays to your happiness. The Ten of Swords comes out again. All these same cards came out with the singles reading. So I feel like you're in between a singles couples situation, or going back and forth. But it talks about you needing to see an ending. The ending is coming. And when this card comes up, it's time. It's time. And it's going to be hard, because that's the reason why you let it go for so long, is because you didn't want to deal with it. So it is going to be hard, but it does bring ending. So that is good. Okay. Don't get so stuck in your mind and overthinking, okay? I feel like there should have been thinking already being done, but there may be a moment for you to reevaluate what you're doing, but don't get stuck there. And I feel like that's what you're going to do, Cancer. I feel like you're going to get stuck in that mental space and not make the moves that you need to make, okay? And just cause more delays for yourself. So in the conclusion, you do have the Six of Swords, and it is in the reverse. So this tells me that you're having a hard time. Actually, I don't think this is the reverse. I have a hard time with these cards sometimes. Well, this is what I'm getting from it. Do not look back. Okay? I do feel that you see the road ahead, and you're gonna have a hard time, but don't look back. Okay, there is good where you're going. There is a new beginning. There is sunshine and happiness and joy and love, but you can't look back, and that's what's gonna hurt you. As soon as you look back, you're gonna fall right back in. Okay. Yeah, there is an imbalance here. Everything, you don't know what to do. You don't know what's happening. you know. But there is a brief moment of happiness here, okay, to stop worrying, and that's what's driving you forward, is that idea that you don't have to worry anymore and things can move forward. It's time for you to stop putting work in, because what you have been putting work in isn't paying off for you, okay. So the King of Cups comes up in reverse. Do realize that this person will try to manipulate you into staying. Also, with this being in your hopes and ideas, okay, being still and not making a decision has left you stuck, has left you being emotionally manipulated within this situation. And it's up to you whether to see it and move forward, okay, to carry on, to stop ignoring it and deal with what you have to deal with, okay. So we're going to do your conclusion card, Cancer couples. Oh my God, you're the same one as singles. I'm telling you, you're on the same wavelength. And it's time. Schedule a sacred date with yourself. You deserve time for your life. And it's about focusing on yourself. I'm telling you, it's time for you to do that. Cancers all around, single and couples. Focus on yourself. Take that time to really think about it, but don't get stuck there, because that's the problem, is you try to work on things yourself. You're like, oh, well, I can fix it. I can do this all myself. That's not helping you. And that's why you have to consider your foundations. Get to know this person. You'll start to realize that they're not exactly what you thought they would be, especially with that Knight of Cups showing up here. Okay, so for the extended reading, guys, we're going to talk about your energy, your partner's energy, and then your advice and how it all meshes together, okay? So thank you so much for listening. I'll see you there. I'll see you next month. I love you very much. Love and light. Bye-bye.